It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Aktien. It's the Aktien Landbier Fra nkisch Dunkel. It's coming in at 5.3% ABV. There's a look at the label. Lots of that kind of malt on the top. You've got their brewery badge here. It's a 500ml bottle and it's a swing top cap. We do like the swing top caps on the channel. Without further ado, I do like a Dunkel. So Dunkel means dark, so dark German beer. Woo! A little bit of smoke on the bottle opening, beer in the glass. Oh, look at the quality of this. Look at the quality of this pour. Not of the pour really, because that's me pouring the beer. I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about the quality of the beer in the glass, the way that's being poured out. It looked tremendous as it was pouring. We got a 3-finger, slightly off-white head. It's got a slight tan colour to it. If this was an English beer, it'd be looking like a dark mild. You can see there's a little bit of light bleeding through in the glass here. More of a kind of a dark brown, dark mild sort of beer. In terms of sediment, not much in the way of sediment. It's looking more like it's been kind of filtered, I think. Not overly filtered, it's not kind of massive, it's not huge. Let's get the aroma on the beer then. There's small amounts of carbonation rolling up the side of the glass, but it's not major, it's not huge. The beer was kindly sent to us by our channel sponsors, beersofeurope.co.uk. Beers of Europe, the largest online beer store in the UK with a fabulous range of beer from all over the world. Let's take Germany for example. If you've worked away in Germany, or if you've travelled on holiday to Germany and you found that beer that you really like, let's use this for an example. You found a bar, you've gone in a bar, you found this land beer and you're like, oh my goodness me, this Dunkel is fantastic, I want to drink it when I get home. The best place to find it in the UK would be beersofeurope.co.uk. Give them a try. There's a link in the description box of this video. So, aroma on the beer then. Oh, that's lovely. Yes. Love a dark German beer. A Dunkel. Malty, biscuity, bready. Slightly earthy. When you get beers like this on the channel, it makes your job absolutely terrific. It's a joy to open a beer. It's a real joy to stand here and say I love doing what I'm doing because of beers like this. Lovely, slightly chocolate biscuit aroma, a little bit of tobacco smoke coming through. Terrific aroma. Let's dive in. Cheers everybody. Oh, just I'm going to describe it as the first thought that came into my head, and that was caramel malts. A real caramelized, nutty, bready, biscuity. Oh. So very good. It's so balanced, it's so drinkable. It's so refreshing, but there's a little bit of a creamy, rich body there. It's as though that they've used oats in the beer. Now, because of the Fra nkisch, you kind of know for a fact that the brewery has not used oats in the beer. Because with the Fra nkisch, you're only allowed by law, pardon me, by German law, you're only allowed to use 4 ingredients if you want to call what you have here in the glass beer. And that is generally malt, hops, yeast and water. And I know that they haven't put oats in the beer because they would have had to replace the malt with the oats. And it's not one big oaty beer, is it? It's got a malty, bready, biscuity loveliness to it in terms of flavour. But they've used the malts in such a way that they've managed to replicate a creamy, oaty richness to the beer. You see that little bit of lacing on the glass. You see that carbonation chasing the head of the glass. It is just, look at that. As I wash the beer around in the glass, look at the quality of this beer. I want to talk about the balance now. I want to talk about that kind of between the sweetness and the bitterness. I'm not really taking much notice of it, so let's take some note of the balance of the beer. It's definitely not an overly sweet beer. It's definitely leaning towards, I would say, more of a bitter beer. The sweetness is there, but it's much more of a light sweetness with more of a kind of a malt, kind of roasted flavour coming through, more of a malt tobacco smoke flavour coming through. I'm still struggling with this winter chest. Oh, it's been like weeks and weeks now. I'm standing here and I'm like taking breaths, and I'm taking short, sharp breaths, because if I take a big, deep breath, generally got this awful kind of horrible chesty winter cough. So I'm taking little snippets. And so if you notice I'm kind of like just taking little bits of breath and talking regarding the beer, and I'm slightly kind of wheezy. I do apologise. I can't wait for spring. Absolutely cannot wait for spring, so we can get into that season of no more damp walls in an old Victorian terraced house. Maybe it'll dry my chest up. But it's not just me. It's not just me. My wife works in a pharmacy, and she's saying that literally the whole of the area where we live is struggling with chesty coughs this winter. Right, I'm going to rate this one. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful drink. It's all in German, probably on the back of the bottle, so I'm not going to get much. Something about the atmosphere of the night. Dunkel, which is a dark beer, and that's as much as I can read. In Bayreuther, so they should have that Bayreuther stamp on the beer. I'm going to rate it. Love it. Absolutely love this one. Terrific, terrific beer. 5.3% ABV. Tremendously drinkable. Great balance. Biscuity, bready, slightly nutty. Roasty, toasty. Bit of tobacco smoke. Nice bitterness on the back end. Not overly sweet. More of a kind of a drier, malty beer. But yeah, I think that's fantastic. It's a 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. 9 out of 10 for the Aktien Landbier Fra nkisch Dunkel. Thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.